Welcome everyone. Good to see you all. Good evening to appealing speakers and everyone present over here. Let us start this session with an invocation by Madhu.
Hello everyone, this is who we are. We are a team, talented, energetic, astonishing mindsets. We can do anything and everything. We talk, we care, we respect each other. We see beauty in everyone, everything. We are connected by hearts and driven by values. We celebrate each other. We provide value to others. We take ownership in everything we do. We have freedom to make mistakes. We learn as we go. We are mad to make a difference. We love disruptive ideas. We make impossible things possible. We are strong to question the creation. We believe in dreaming big. If we do not dare to dream big, are we really living? Why be ordinary when we can be extraordinary? This is who we are. By Shivani Shirsagar. Thank you.
Thank you, Madhu. Before we get into the topic, let us know about what is a research paper and why is it important. Research paper is an essay in which you can explain what you have learned after exploring your topic in depth. You can include information from sources such as books, articles, interviews, and internet sites. Research papers is important because you will get a great opportunity to explain a topic that is particularly interesting to you. It also develops remarkable skills and builds public awareness. Let me take a moment and appreciate these young superstars whose research papers are in progress and are ready to interact with all of us by sharing their knowledge. Let me invite Power Packed Gang, Shivani Akka, Hafsa, and Anusha Akka to share their experience regarding the topic cobalt as a catalyst. Shivani Akka, over to you.
Hello everyone, I am Hafsa Fatima and I am a part of the ISC team reviewing applications of Cobalt as a catalyst. So, there is a little background story to our topic and I will be talking about that. So, at first, we selected the topic Cobalt, but we didn't have clarity as to what aspect of Cobalt we will be reviewing. So we as a team, we sat down together and we scanned through information, and then we thought about our review paper topic as like, will it be properties of cobalt or history of cobalt and applications of cobalt, etc. And then after scanning through a lot of information, we decided that our review paper topic will be applications of cobalt. So again, there are many wide applications of cobalt. So what we did was we distributed the applications of cobalt among ourselves, like cobalt in magnets, cobalt, its medical uses, and etc. And then during our weekly meeting with Ulhas sir, we discussed our progress. And then sir suggested us that we should select one of the applications of cobalt as our review paper topic, so that we can do justice to the topic that that is our we are that our review paper is going to be about. So then again, we had to select one of the applications. So we selected cobalt as a catalyst, and then we had to collect the information relevant to our topic in from the past 10 years. So again, we distributed the time periods among ourselves. Like 2011, one of us found out the information from the years 2011 to 2014, and then 2015 to 2017, and then 2018 to 2020. So that is how we came to our topic of applications of cobalt as a catalyst. And here to talk about it further is my teammate Anusha.
So, as Sir said, we looked for the papers on the decided topics, read the papers individually, we worked on one application, and then we compiled all the information and sent our draft works to Sir. So, in our weekly meetings with Sir, has Sir used to tell us how to, like, what were our mistakes, and then he explained us how an actual review paper should be. So according to it, he concised the information and returned a paper as Sir guided us. So these were the applications which we worked on. That is cobalt hybrid catalyst used in the Fischer-Tropsch synthesis. Fischer-Tropsch synthesis involves chemical reaction that converts carbon monoxide and hydrogen into liquid hydrocarbons using cobalt as a catalyst. And then second application was promoted cobalt catalyst for the production of lower olefins from natural gas. Here, um they here they here they like found out a cobalt and manganese based catalyst which is capable of producing chemicals and fuels directly from H2 syngas derived from the natural gas. So it will reduce carbon dioxide emissions and contributing to a and the other application is a cobalt phosphide catalyst for hydrogenation of nitriles. According to this paper, it highlights the nano-sized phosphate, which serves as a highly efficient heterogeneous catalyst for nitrile hydrogenation under some mild conditions. So, as Sir guide us, we have written a review paper. Akka, can you share that? So, this is the first page of the review paper. We'll be writing the title of the paper, Applications of Cobalt as a Catalyst, and presented by our names, date, then applications of cobalt as a catalyst. Here we have written the introduction to the cobalt and how it is used as a catalyst, some applications, then abstract, which includes concise and direct, clear summary of the paper, then cobalt as a catalyst and how it is used in different applications, and coming to the applications we focused on, cobalt hybrid catalyst in Fischer-Tropsch process. So here we have to write in this way, like we need to start like we need to write the so it is as it is a review paper, we need to mention the authors who have already written the research paper. So we need to write this paper is authored by and so in the year so and so, and according to this paper what are the important, like what on what topic they have researched, their results and conclusions. So in the same way we have written for other applications also.
So our learnings are, as Hafsa has already wrote a review paper, we had an advantage to start. So as a team we worked and we held three meetings every week, and we used it to interact and through different research papers which are written, we use it to discuss the topics and we made it happen. Then how Ulhas G helped us is every week we used to have a meeting with the whole team, Rohit's team, Chandan's team, and our team. So in that, sir used to tell us the mistakes we did or else the improvements. Another good thing about sir is he never used to tell that you did wrong. He used to tell that you did excellent work, but these are few improvements you have to do. So then he used to give us a weekly task on what we have to work on. He made it interesting, by the way. So because he made it interesting, we were able to do this. And my teammates are like, we were independently dependent.
Wow, that was a marvelous presentation. Thank you so much, team, for sharing your experiences. Uh, Next, I would like to invite dynamic group Tejashree Akka, Chandananda, and Nikhilanna. I know other two are not there. I think Chandananda will share the experience regarding the topic textile effluent treatment by fly ash method. Over to you, Chandananda.
Thank you, Nivedita. Okay. Uh, Let me start my talk by saying a thank you to, first of all, thank you first to sir who has given this opportunity and also given this topic for us. And then my great thanks goes to Ulhasji who has helped regarding how to make review paper, who has guided entire process journey. This is a huge for us. And next, I would like to say journey regarding how the journey happened for to get some review paper done till now. So first of all, Shravan sir given us a topic regarding textile effluents. Regarding textile effluent, he just given a topic textile effluent. So uh, we got to treatment of textile effluent. So as a team, we made a team calls at least thrice a week. So we got to know that textile effluent is a treatment of textile effluent is a very huge topic, in that a large number of topics would be covered, and it is a ocean of topic, and thousands of researches are done, and thousands of processes are done, and every year from right now the 20th century till now there are hundreds of process, hundreds thousands of research paper work done. So now we have a very uh, big dilemma that how can we make a research paper some based on thousands of topics, and this is a very huge topic. So we can't make a review paper on this research paper on these thousand research papers. So we get to learn that we need to do it only in some particular topic, very narrowest part, so that it will be comfortable to us. What we done, so what happened, uh, we all discuss, we made a summaries, we got to know many, uh, we through the process we learned a lot of process regarding how to treat textile effluent. So finally we in call one day, Ulhasji, we said, Ulhasji, we have done this all the work, we got many processes, in which process we need to do. So we didn't get any big clarity, so sir asked us better to go on a particular process, particular treatment process, so that you will be having getting clarity how to make a review paper. And on that particular topic also there are number of research that are done. So we finally, by luckily, we asked a topic for Highvedana sir, our textile HOD. He suggested a topic called coal treatment process using coal fly ash method. So we luckily said this to Ulhasji. So sir has okay. I also have. So sir said okay. I also have a big clarity regarding that. I will be explaining regarding. So sir explained before we get research on that particular topic. Sir explained regarding everything regarding coal fly ash method. We are happy for that. Next, what happened? Based on the sir guidance, he asked that to go through the articles from right now the what are the articles regarding 2020, 2018, 2006, all the past years. So we went on the research part, we went on all the research articles. Then we we are making summaries regarding it. So after that we have made a small summary. Now okay, this is what the journey we have done till now. Let me say bit uh, what is a what is the difference between research paper and a review paper. Research paper is nothing but this is a paper which I have done by doing some experiments by conclusion and for particular topic. So many in the world are doing research papers for that. So review paper is nothing but what are the research papers are done. So all the conclusions, all the common points from the for the same topic will be taken and will be adding into our review paper. This is what the review paper is for our understanding. You can go through Google and get a better understanding too. And next is what is the importance of making a review paper? Why it is importance? Review paper importance. We need to say the importance of review paper making. So researchers are done. For example, a reader wants a big clarity regarding the topic. So what he has to do? There are for only single topic there are thousands of research, hundreds of research. So it finds difficult to a person to get a bit clarity, to come on to the conclusion, to come on to so the importance of review paper is all the conclusions are all the what are the different criteria. He will be the one who makes the review paper. He will be drawing out all the some things, all the main important or common points from that, and putting it as a review paper. This is what the review paper is. And what happens is and in who wants, for example, this textile effluent treatment plant is treatment of textile effluent. So an industrial wants to be adopt a textile treatment unit in his industry. So he get to know, he will be first of all if he if he gone through review papers, then he'll getting some clarity regarding that. Then onwards, when he selected some particular process, or then he will be going to the research if needed. That is what importance of regarding review papers. So I hope you got bit clarity what I said. Now I'll be giving a small glimpse what we have done, the process regarding our research. I hope my screen is visible to all of them. So our topic is treatment of textile effluent using coal fly ash method, using coal fly ash. So what is textile effluent? You might be, effluent is nothing but a waste material which is discharged from the industry. Textile is nothing. Uh, okay. Here you can see the picture clearly. It is a textile effluent, and right side it is right side picture is coal fly ash. So the main agenda of paper is to decolorize the textile matter using coal fly ash, and uh, any, this is what the agenda of our paper. And so let me give what is the importance of uh, treating textile effluent or any effluent. The importance of treating effluent is nothing but yeah, we need to make sure that we need to make sure that to maintain a harmony in the nature. So we treat every effluent and not to dispose before discharging into any stream. So it is very important to treat effluents or anything before discharging, so that it might not affect any human beings. So that's it. And regarding coal fly ash, what is a coal fly ash? Coal fly ash is nothing but uh, it is collected in a thermal power plants, uh, where it collected after as the coal burns, the smoke from the industry industry went off the get get went went off through chimneys, right? So before entering to the chimney, what the smoke is get first enter into the electrostatic precipitator. What this electrostatic precipitator does means, the whatever the fine particles that consist in the smoke, it will be collected, and to be it will be collected. So there are in this way a lot of coal fly ash is used, and coal fly ash is also a waste material for a thermal power plant. So it is useful in treating textile effluents. And one thing regarding it is nearly 80 to 100 million tons of fly ash is collected every year based on the 2010 census in India. So coal fly ash not only have advantages regarding this, it has huge applications. Uh, Now there are huge applications regarding coal fly ash, and lot of research work is going regard how to make use of coal fly ash because it is a waste material and it is a useful thing. And what is the agenda is to increase agenda is to increase decolorization and decrease the COD percentage values for a textile effluent. Method is the sorption process, and absorbent we use is as a coal fly ash and using packed column technique. So before let me give a brief process what is exactly done in a plant. So how this happens. So it is similar, whatever the textile effluent will get uh, here the absorbent is uh, coal fly ash, and the water is water, the effluent is water. So whatever the waste material, whatever the dye color is on the textile effluent get absorbed on the coal fly ash. This is what the main process. And it is used in the packed columns. So let me give an this has been told by Ulhas ji, and what the process. So this same similar to the tea, what we make a tea in our home. So what we do is we take a string. So how after making preparing a tea, we would be for using a string, we would be collecting the tea, and the slurry is left over on the string only. So, right. So here also the same process. What happens is there is a big packed columns. So when we pass the textile effluent into the packed column, there are some set of filters and some set of uh, sand and all sand and also fly ash. So whenever the effluent passes through this packed column, the whatever the dye matter that get absorbed on the uh, what are the diameter that get observed on the coal fly ash, and the remaining the decolorized water comes out to the process. This is the main technique, what is the process going on regarding plant. So I will be explaining regarding what are the effects due to what happens if effects due to absorption dosage, if we increase the pH or if we increase the absorption time. You will be getting bit clarity while go next slides. So if absorbent is used in more quantity, then what happens is ultimately there will be high removal of percentage of color. Percentage, the more will be the percentage of color will be more percent when compared to if we use less absorbent. So it is important it is very important to, if the percentage of removal of color is to be remove high, then high dosage should be required. When it comes to pH, mostly if the pH of effluent is acidic, then there is a higher chance that the whatever the dye matter that contains on the effluent that get absorbed on the coal fly ash. And you can see in the graph too, when the acidic is more nature, the percentage removal of color on the percentage removal of color on dye is more when it compares to when it is basic nature. So next thing is absorption time. There is also an important that more is the absorption time, then more will be the removal or percentage in COD or the removal of color. So time factor is also important for to check out this. And next, due to effect of temperature, I'm giving a only a basic concept regarding this. There is a lot of criteria and will be lot of criteria will be considered, but what is other thing is, as the temperature of the effluent increases, the percentage removal of color might decrease due to whatever the matter that get absorbed on the coal fly ash. As the temperature increases, that again it will goes to the liquid phase. So as the temperature increases, the as the temperature increases, we need to as the temperature increases, there is effect in decreasing the decolorization. So okay, I hope. And next, when we pass the textile effluent to a packed column, here you can see the packed column. There are alternative layers of sand and also mud and also coal fly ash. When we pass the effluent through this column, then whatever the diameter that contains on the effluent will get absorbed on the coal fly ash. So in this way, here decolorized water get decolorized and non-hazardous water will be come out from the packed column. Thank you so much for letting me giving a chance opportunity to express regarding textile effluent.
Thank you, Chandananna.
Wait a minute, Nivedita. There are some few suggestions that I need to give to team. A few suggestions regarding textile effluent while making a review paper. While reading research articles, please make sure that to keep your mobile phone at least 1 or 2 meters away from you. And the second thing is, always make sure that make a particular time in a day. So allot a particular time to read these articles. Then your brain definitely get reactivate for that process. It is very important. And the next thing is, be interested to listen to study all the articles and be patient in studying. Don't get afraid of seeing all the articles, what are the research matter they done, and that's it. Enjoy the process. Thank you.
Thank you, Chandananna. The information and the presentation is very detailed and powerful. Thank you. Next team, last but not the least, where we can see the energetic people over there, Rohit Anna, Shruti Akka, Shravanti and Sandhya. Could you please share your experience regarding the topic usage of antimony as nanoparticle in potassium ion batteries for e-vehicles?
Yes, we'll share. So, thank you, Shivani Akka and team, and Chandan and team for your presentations and for suggestions. Even we feel the same to check out when you are referring to review paper. So, we'll present screen. So, experience of review paper writing by team ISCE. So, first of all, thanks for the title, experience of review paper writing. So, we are not yet done the complete process of writing review paper. We are in the progress. We'll be doing that. Thank you for the motivation by giving this title. So, you mentioned by team ISCE, right? So ISCE. So before, our teammates already told about ISCE. So before moving to review paper and all its discussion, I would like to tell you about ISCE. So it has got its importance in a huge way. So what is ISCE? So it's an industrial symbiosis for circular economy. It's very innovative idea such that like you are gaining wealth out of waste. It's a wow like process, treasure out of a treasure out of trash, right? So industrial symbiosis for circular economy. So when you start thinking about industries and circular economy, so it's a title looks weird, but it has got its importance in a huge way. So when you take any product, we earlier we discussed about chemical engineers. So whatever the product we use, it's a product of chemical engineers and all other engineers. So how the product is made, first of all, so it has got its whole process in the industry, right? So right from the starting of raw material to middle processes and ending product. So it has got so many processes involved in it. So it starts from raw material. Let us take an example to give you clarity. Of course, it takes guts and gumption to tell you this about ISCE. I don't have much, but let us take that guts and gumption for now, and I'll move on to industrial symbiosis. So, for example, if you take a steel industry, so steel industry produces steel plates and all steel related materials, right? So it starts from raw material iron ore. It starts from mining. So right from the mining, taking out raw material from the earth's crust, it has involving many processes. You take pickling process and harnessing the metal, coating, and everything happens. So finally, we get steel product, shining steel product we use as a steel plate and all. So everything is going well. So process is happening, raw material to product we are using, and it is getting into the market economy, building economy, and all. It's happening well, but have you bothered about waste that is generating in the industry? So 100% efficiency is not observed. So nothing is best. It can be better, but best we cannot observe very frequently, right? So better, we are limited to better. So to get that best, we should reuse, or we should recycle the waste generated in those industries. So I have taken the steel industry. So if you take steel industry, the waste like dust and other husk and other all waste is, if you take, who are bothered about waste? So we are bothering about shining steel plates and all products. Who bothers about waste? What we can do that we can do with that waste? Are there any prevention to get rid of that waste? Can we complete the whole process without generating waste? So these are all questions when we think about the whole process, right? So keeping that point in view, our beloved alumnus Ulhas Parlikar ji started a process, a new innovative idea, industrial symbiosis for circular economy. So whatever the waste generating in steel industry can be used as a raw material for the other industry. So it may be dust, it may be any particulate matter that can be used as a raw material for other industry. So in the whole process, we are establishing a relation, symbiosis between both industries, right? So if you take the fresh material, it costs something around you take rupees X. So, but if it is becoming waste, it may be price less than that X. So it can be benefited to both industry in economy regard, right? So industrial symbiosis for circular economy. So if you take from one industry, steel industry, to aerospace industry, explosive industry, so it is creating a circular economy with the waste. So wealth out of waste and treasure out of trash, it's all a process, and we never had